revival. I'm in the building.
Let's
go.
Live with the Woodlog Roll!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Y'all know what this is. Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibes. Welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And I'm here with my brothers, man. You guys know what they are. And that's Mr. Glass Half Full, and that's...
Speed, you nasty.
Whoa. Yeah. Let's go.
Oh,
That's
I know.
I love it.
And
I love
I'm here with my brother, El Jefe, a.k.a. White Jersey, a.k.a. Blue Jersey, a.k.a.
El Jefe!
That's great. Yes.
And shout out to you. Yes, you, the revivalists in the chat. Please hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate all the support. Don't forget, if you are on X, hit that follow button as well. Hit the notification bell. Don't forget to like and retweet. Tell the people you're watching this show that we're live. And also, we're on Spotify. And also, we're on iTunes as well. So hit a follow over there, guys. So much to talk about. See a lot of great people in the chat here. But first, let's go around the room, man. And I'm going to start with El Jefe on this one because he didn't know this was coming. He didn't know all this sound effects was coming here today. He did. How's your week, brother? What's going on with you?
Good, man. You legit caught me by surprise. I'm looking forward to like the playback because at first I'm like, holy shit, he threw his voice that far. And then I'm like, I'm an idiot. That's an effect. But either way, caught me by surprise. And I like that. I like that you still surprise me after all these years. You know,
all these years.
But I'm pumped up, feeling good. I'm having my first drink since Saturday. You know, that's something. And I'm ready to rock tonight. Big dog, how you doing?
Good, man. Good. Hey, can we get a cheers? We made it through the 2024 season.
Survivors.
It was survivors. We are a bunch of survivors. We didn't think we'd make it at some point. You know, there's some rocky times, but we made it, boys. Cheers to that. And hey, guess what? Our fourth season as a podcast, we are underway. This is the first real episode, and we're gonna get cooking, boys. We're gonna get cooking. It's gonna be a good year, 2025. As for my weekend, what? What'd you say?
Yeah, that's technically true. The beginning of our fourth season, right? It's the off season, so yeah.
Crazy. Think about it. We started right when the Joe Judge era, I think, ended at that point. Right?
Right when it ended.
Strategic.
That was off season.
Yes. We were ready to go at the end of that season. We're like, we don't want any piece of this.
A little longer.
We'll wait. Speed, sorry to cut you off, brother. You go.
No. Listen, I'm excited. You know, not much to talk about from last weekend, but I'm excited about this weekend with a hell of a slate. You got NFL playoffs. You got the semifinals of the college football playoffs, and it's going to be fun football to watch when we haven't been able to watch a lot of fun football recently. So I'm excited about it, man.
Definitely, man. As far as my week, gentlemen, who cares? I'm here with my brothers, man. That is my week. I made it here. Thank God, man. We had a great show yesterday. We did some incredible numbers for us. We continue to grow as a podcast and as a platform. So I just want to take the time out, instead of saying how my week is, to thank you guys, all the viewership here, everyone that supports, everyone that subscribes. We thank you so much because, of course, man, during the off season, we're going to have a lot of guests for you guys lined up because we usually do it in the season, but we got a nice off season with some good people stopping by here. So like I said, let's hit that subscribe button. Of course, that like button here as well, guys. But first, man, the season has come to an end for the New York Giants, mercifully. At 3-14, man. Joe Shane and Dayball are back. We already covered that on yesterday's podcast, but I want to ask you guys this because the biggest topic is the quarterback. What are the Giants going to do in the draft? What are the Giants going to do in free agencies? But we already kind of exhausted the draft just a tad bit, right? But we're going to get into it, of course, and dive deeper as we go on with the offseason. But we're going to talk about the free agents that are here today. And I'm going to give you guys a couple names and just give me who you take out of this floor that I'm going to give you. And I'm going to start with the big dog here. I'm going to give you these names here. We got Justin Fields, Jameis Winston. We also got Kirk Cousins, and we also got Aaron Rodgers that might be a free agent here because why not? The Jets need to do something here. All right. But out of those four names, Big Dog, who you really want as a Giant in the blue uniform if a free agent quarterback is available?
I mean, listen, there's two schools of thought here, right? Like, I'm going to go with if this team wants to win, right, and it has to kind of win now. You know, I don't think they have to make the playoffs personally, but I think you got to win like 8 games plus. I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. I think listen, I have a whole plan. You want to hear it now? You want to hear it now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers ended his season on an 18 touchdown, 4 interception ratio for the last from week 8 on. He just started as a 40-year-old coming off an Achilles injury, just started to get healthy. He just started to get healthy, and that defense let them down in the for the Jets. So Aaron Rodgers was just starting to get back into the groove. He's got something to prove. And I think, you know what? Lean into the fucking chaos. We're already a shit show, right? Like, I don't think we can get any more of a shit show. What's to say Aaron Rodgers, the shit show too, bring it all together, let him and Dable mix it up. If it blows up, it'll be spectacular, right? And if it works, it'll also be spectacular. It'll be awesome. You bring in Amari Cooper or Chris Godwin or T. Higgins if you want to shop at that end of it. You pair them up with Neighbors. You have 2 legitimate wide receivers there, and you have Wandell in the slot. You get some linemen. You sign a big time guard. You get some tackles to make sure the depth is good on the line. You draft a running back in the biggest running back class that has come out in a very long time. Tell me that's not going to be a good offense.
Listen to this guy.
You say this shit?
Tell me that's not going to be a good.
This is well thought out.
Dude's been thinking about. I didn't realize we did homework and shit. I thought
tell me that's not going to be. You told me at the end. You challenged us. You challenged me at the end of the last episode.
Yes, I did.
To find the light at the end of the tunnel. I have a plan for you. That's my plan. And I think Rodgers has one. He does not want to end the way he does. He doesn't have to leave Jersey or New York, wherever he's at. It's set there, bro. It's set. Get a new defensive coordinator in here that could get the best out of Deontay Banks, get the best out of Okereke. And what you do with the 3rd pick, you draft Graham out of Michigan, and you just solidify.
I gotta hit you with the new effect.
Move this man!
Wow.
Listen, are you kidding? Listen, chat. By the way, chat, the revival, listen to chat. If you want us to use that, just send us a nice little donation via super chat and put C.
Hold on.
And then we'll hit that.
I thought you were going to hit Spiro with one of these.
Talk your
I don't know about it.
How is this
about that?
Hold on. So getting Brandon Graham, Graham from Michigan, you get him and pair him up with Dex. That is one of the best interior defensive lines in the league. You fix the run defense. Burns and KT next to him, and you get one more cornerback. Your defense is fixed with a defensive coordinator there, a new defensive coordinator. I'm telling you, it's the quickest.
I love your conviction, and I love how you kind of have this all mapped out. But did you not see how Aaron Rodgers just got everyone fired at the Jets?
So what? So what? He gets Dable fired. So what? We're going to fire him anyway.
But it was a disaster. I mean, listen,
we are a disaster already. We can't be worse of a disaster.
Yes.
I like this speed. This is Mr.
Lean
Glass
into it. Lean into it, baby.
I like this speed. He's aggressive today.
Lean into the fucking
what
chaos.
This might mean is that
it.
I don't know how much he's going to charge next year, but Devontae Adams probably wants to follow him wherever he goes for another year.
Then sure. Bring in Devontae. Listen, there's good wide receiver. There's Chris Godwin, Amari Cooper, Hopkins, T. Higgins, or I don't know if Adams is signed for another year, but if not, bring him along with him. And then you got Will Hernandez, Corbett, or Zeitler as your guards. You could just you get yourself lean into it. Tell me which quarterback in that list, other than Aaron Rodgers, gives you a better chance to win next year. Name one.
I was going to go a different direction, and I was going to
go. Please do. It's your turn, brother. It's your turn.
I was going to go Justin Fields on account of you still need to draft a quarterback, but give me Justin Fields, who might still be able to peel a few layers off there and get something out of a young guy that's got some upside, that has flashed some things, that needs the right coach in the right situation. If the Giants are that situation, we'd all be a little bit surprised, of course. But if you get a young guy who actually he looked good in the beginning with Pittsburgh this year, I think he was like 4-2 or something when they benched him. He was having a good start to the year, and I think there's something to work with there. The guy's still got spring in his step. He's athletic. He can move. He can run Dable's offense. He can do those things. I think he needs the right situation. Rodgers just comes with a complete circus that I don't think, all jokes aside, I don't think the Giants go that route. I think that would be such a holy shit, like, how does this end well kind of thing. Like, we're going to get some wins next year. Maybe it's a 6 or 7 win season, but Aaron Rodgers is not a good teammate. I mean, by all accounts, I don't think that's the dude we need leading us there. I'd rather have a young athletic guy with some upside.
That's fair.
I like that. I want to take someone else here because you guys took all the obvious reasons. I do like Fields in that particular realm there. Go with the young guy that has, I'm not say fresh legs, but someone that you can mold a little bit more. But guys, you're going to think I'm crazy for this one. But I say it's going to be, if he's released, Kirk Cousins. I think at some point you get him at a vet minimum. Look, hear me out. You get him at a vet minimum, right? This guy does have a chip on his shoulder. You don't remember? You like that? You like that? You don't remember that? So we all know Kirk Cousins has a chip on his shoulder.
He was a young man then.
I get it. You guys are probably like, this crazy. But I'm telling you, man, he's going to come in with a little bit of chip on his shoulder and want to show the league that he still has it a bit. And what a better offense to do it than Brian Daboll. Like I said, if you're going to have a shit show, bring in Kirk Cousins. Say, yes, Aaron Rodgers is a real complete crap show. There's a lot of ayahuasca going around. There's a lot of all this stuff going around. I get it. Him on a Pat McAfee show with New York Giant logo. Number one, Mara would not allow this, but let's just do this for the show. Anywho, Kirk Cousins, man, I think will be the best option. Locker room type of guy. Great for the media. Great for probably New York. He's been a veteran for all these years now. I just don't think he hit the cliff just yet. So I'm taking Kirk Cousins, man, if this guy is actually released from Atlanta Falcons at this point.
And in my, I don't. And again, I think with all three of our quarterbacks, you are still taking a quarterback in a second round or trading up into the first round.
At latest,
in my scenario, like you're still trying to get a Dart or Milrow in that back end. But I really am warming to this idea of Graham next to Dex. Fix the trenches, dude. We need to fix the trenches. And there's nobody on the offensive side of the ball really that has that potential offensive line wise. But if you get Graham and Dex next to each other, that helps Burns and KT. It helps the run game. It helps everybody. We need to get back after that, dude. We need that fearsome front four again. And we need it. That's what I want.
All right.
Over Hunter, even.
I like that.
Over Hunter.
I like that.
I'm saying.
I respect it. And listen, we're gonna dive into the draft a whole lot more. We got low.
Sorry.
We're gonna slow walk out. No, don't worry. We're gonna
don't bust that nut just yet. We'll be right back.
Nobody knows. Come on. If you know where that came from, put it in the comments.
Hopefully you do.
If
you don't know, you should know.
Exactly. You can't be revivalists and come on, bro.
No.
Hey, by the way, super chats are now live. We just opened them up, but Greg kicked the door down. We're starting off real quick.
Holy shit, a super chat.
Look at this guy. Let's kick it off proper.
Blazing.
Greg from the top rope. You remember Greg from last week because I remember that picture too. Be brave enough to suck at something new. That is such a good quote. Very memorable.
Great, dude.
But we've been talking with Greg on site. I think Greg is earning himself fan of the fucking month, if you ask me.
He might be revivalist of the month. I think he's in the running.
He's got my vote.
Listen, Greg.
I don't want to overstep, but I can't think.
It's y'all show. It's y'all show, by the way.
Well, he gets my vote.
2 out of 3. I think we just lock him up already. He locked him up.
I'm gonna get a vote too. 3 out of 3, baby. You got 100% on here.
Greg.
Let's go.
It's just
Eli's
decided.
vote is worth 3, so it's really whatever Eli says. Let's be honest. Eli, is this approved?
He's so lying. No, your name Mufasa. Why? Because you be lying. Right,
is this approved?
Nice.
Is this approved?
It's approved.
Revivalist of the month, Greg.
First
one of 2025. Thank you, brother, for your support.
Put an 8.
What a man. What a
now
good
we
guy.
we DM'd each other now, Greg. So that means we got to get you on the show. We're gonna talk some Giant sports or sports in general, whatever you're into. Come on the show. We put you on for 15 minutes, man, and we're just gonna have a good time. And you know that's what Revivalist of the month does, man. So we'll DM you the details and when you can come on and we'll have some fun, brother. Thank you so much. I'm sorry,
dude. You're good, man. Just want to say thank you. Good dude.
Anybody else?
Awesome.
Any other supers? No. All right, cool, guys. I want to say this. I want to say this and shout out, man. Shout out to Gray. That was awesome. But I want to say this, man. Any thoughts?
I love the Giants fans so much. Like, honestly, wouldn't trade this fan base for fucking anything in the world.
That's my guy.
K-Max, he's angry. I see him on Twitter all the time. He's always angry on Twitter.
He's just playing around. But I like where his head's at either way.
Nah, K-Mac, man, Staten Island native, man. That's what, man. That's what's up. So, what up to you, brother? But let me ask you this, guys. Of course, man. Any thoughts on the John Mara presser? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got something to say, but I want to go around the room first. All right. John Mara presser, man. Is it...
Go on it. Yeah, really? Just go on it. Let me say this. You got the energy out. Let's go.
Yeah.
John Mara's press conference, guys. I have to admit, this is the most perturbed I ever seen John Mara before. Like, when you seen John Mara doing his press conference and etc. from, firing coaches or coaches on the hot seat, that guy looked like he just got finished screwing or something, right? Like Dave Chappelle would say, right? He was like, I'm gonna fire. Like, you get what I'm saying? So he always looked laid back. All joking aside, he always looked laid back, looked real smooth. Looked like he knew what he was talking about. You know what I mean? This particular press conference looked like he just got swindled into doing something he didn't want to do. Like, am I right or am I wrong here? Like, this guy's mannerism and body language, none at all. His body language is just like, I can't believe I really had to keep these guys. I can't believe I got tricked into doing this. It just wasn't believable that he was like, you know what, egg on my face, and I'll take all the heat if they stayed, blah, blah, blah. He looked like he did want to get rid of those guys. And they came up with a plan to save their ass at the noon hour. And they were like, hey, man, and John Mara was like, you know what? The plan sounds good. You got one more year. But John Mara looks completely perturbed, annoyed, agitated that, damn, we got to go through this, or we possibly might have to go through this all over again. I might have to fire these guys anyway. You get what I'm saying? So this was the most I've ever seen John Mara uncomfortable in a press conference ever, in my opinion. So, I don't know if I'm wrong. Let me hear from y'all, man. Any one of y'all could jump in, brother.
You want to go on this? No, go ahead, Jeff. Okay. Well, the thing I was worried about, and we put out a post about this, I guess what Foxworth put it out on ESPN Get Up. He just seemed to be talking out of both sides of his mouth almost the entire press conference. He was unsure of everything. He didn't back anybody. It's like he's like, I want Dale back, but I think you should just we take the offense away from him. I want Bowen gone, but we have some things going on the defensive side. He just was the whole thing. He's like, I know this is like a rebuild, but we have to contend next year. Like, you're confused. Your message was confusing. And I was a pro bring them both back guy. That wasn't my first option, but
if Shane was going to come back,
I was going to get behind that. But the lack of conviction from the owner kind of made me even worse. Like, feel worse about it the day after. Like, thanks, man. You made me feel fucking worse about a bad situation to begin with. So I came out of that situation worse off, and he should have stuck by it. If you're going to make a decision, even if you're lying to us, lie to us and say you have conviction for these guys. But man, that was bad. That was bad for me.
That's spot on, dude. That was a really, really good rant by Foxworth. And I'm not
nailed it.
I've obviously seen him on TV a bunch, but I don't remember like vibing with him that much on a rant that he's had. No, and that was a really, really good one. And if Mara's plan was clearly not to give fans fucking confidence. Jeez. I mean, I said I commented on a Bobby Skinner post, before that press conference saying, I just don't think Mara feels like going through the hiring process. I think he's tired. I think he's beat down. And I think he knows nobody wants to come here. And I'm just going to highlight Peter's comment here real quick. Nobody wanted this job after they sent out feelers, either GM or coach. So he was cornered. Like, I really think that's right. I really think that he knew that this is the least desirable. So he's not going to get a good candidate. So you're just going to be rolling the dice potentially with worse people. So it's like, why not just stay where we are and give these guys a chance? Because that's, in his eyes, it's less work for him, but it's like the better of two evils, I guess, from his standpoint. He didn't want to. So I guess he was willing to give them a little more time. But like what Foxworth said that was so right is that, dude, you're telling them you're running out of patience. You're telling them you're frustrated. Those are your decisions. You hired them. Right. You hired them. You're mad at yourself, dude. Like, that's what was driving me crazy. So it was a terrible press conference. I mean, I don't want to echo Foxworth and everything he said, but like you don't get to act like a fan. You're supposed to act like an owner, a CEO, and your comments affect the stock price. Like that was so spot on. You are the leader, the face of the entire organization, and you're out here saying we got to get a quarterback, but also they got to win right away. Well, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. You're putting whoever that quarterback. Right. I feel bad for that quarterback already.
Especially if what we think happened was true, that he had a hand in Daniel Jones messing up this whole thing. So you had the hand in messing up this whole process, and now you're bringing them back, and now the mandate is win next year, else you're out. Like I don't have faith.
Yep. An important thing to remember is that the only quarterback under contract next year is Tommy DeVito. He's going to be QB3, right? Like we're going to get a rookie and we're going to get a veteran. Whoever is starting quarterback is going to be its first year in this offense. Whoever comes in has to learn this entire offense. So if you're expecting success immediately, that's just not how it works. Like it might take 6 to 8 games just to feel remotely comfortable in everything you can run. So like this is not a win or else situation, and that's how Mara set it up. So it's like he just poured gasoline on a sparking shithole firestorm. Fuck.
I'm like right now. I should tell every Giants fan that's in here.
I like that.
They got it. That's funny. They got to brace themselves. I'm telling you right now. I really don't think. I think we're gonna go through the same process just like we did with Joe Judge, and we're gonna fire these people. And you just got to buckle up for the season. It might be a terrible season, guys, and just buckle up. My expectation for the Giants is very minimum. I don't think they're going to do anything. The schedule is even more harder than what it was this year. So just buckle up for a long season of people getting fired, going through the coaching and GM carousel all over again, guys. And it's cool. I want to ask you guys this, though. For the first time since the regime been here, you had Joe Shane and Dayball always talking to the media together. They were separated this time. That means something. And then listen, Joe Shane was like, I had about 10 different meetings, so I couldn't meet with him. So he's having something on his own. Do you think it was really a bloodbath at that Friday meeting with Mara where they were like, no, he should stay. No, he should go. You really think so? I think they threw each other under the bus, man. And this conspiracy theory, Eli, this is not facts. This is not true. This is just me reading the room.
I enjoy conspiracy theory, Eli.
Me too.
Thank you.
I think they're going to go out together. They came in together, and they're going to go out together. I think it was laid out that it seemed like the last 2 weeks, Daboll getting back was a real thing. They went around the coaching carousel, guys. This head of coaching cycle is not a good one. It's not a good one, and there's 4 other teams ahead of us in destination places you'd rather go. Yep. So you just think about it logically. Like, would you rather go to the Jets, Jaguars, or Patriots who already have a quarterback, or the Bears? Or would you rather come to us? We're 5th in line, in a bad coaching cycle. Yep. So if you think about it, maybe next year, who knows? Maybe we best friends. And maybe next year Shanahan shakes loose from San Francisco if they're not a bad year. Maybe Tomlin shakes loose if he has a bad year in Pittsburgh.
2 possibilities. Good call.
Yeah, and then you'll still get some other guys that surprise firings. So Stefanski. He might be around the next head coaching cycle. There are names next year that look a lot more attractive than Rex Ryan is getting interviews.
That's why it's dry, right? That's how you know this thing is dry. Rex Ryan's getting a chance again. I'm sorry, El Jefe.
You're good, man. Speed is just so spot on with that. Is that the best candidate is probably Vrabel, and he's like a lock to go to New England. I mean,
or Vegas. Or Vegas with Brady.
I think he's going to New England. That's where he had his career, won his rings, and he's got a quarterback in just coming off his rookie year who's got all the upside in the world. Like that's the spot. Like that you got 3 years minimum there to work. That seems like a lock there. So you're right. Who are the slam? There's no slam dunks, and we're the least desirable. So unfortunately, Mara knows that we're no good options. We suck.
Yeah.
The roster has holes. But the most damning comment he made was he didn't know if the roster was better than it was 3 years ago.
That's insane.
Then you hired the wrong person, and you should be pointing the finger at yourself. And that's end of story as far as I'm concerned.
That's insane, yo. This scares me. The fact that we have an owner, and it feels like to me he doesn't take accountability for anything. Nope. It seems like he points the fingers at other people, and it's like, bro, you hired these guys, right? You decided to keep these guys, right? At the end of the day. So it's just like, dude, where are you? Where's your balls at? No disrespect, no lack of a better word. But where's the cojones, man?
Do you prefer
put your big boy panties on and figure it out, bro?
Testicular fortitude. Peter's on fire tonight.
He's thank you, Pete. He's right. We're comparing to Gettleman, and we're gonna go over this later. You know, we're gonna go over Cornerstone players that we think are here going forward. But like, are there more than when Gettleman left? I don't know. But he said Shane also said that he wouldn't change anything.
He should be fired right then and there after that comment.
Bro, that pisses me off.
Should be fired.
Man,
they really went into the season with Daniel Jones thinking that and again, guys, we understand he got paid from that year, but he was also hurt. The best ability is availability. We said it all over this podcast. We get it. But the fact that he was like, man, I got Daniel Jones and Tommy DeVito here. It's the best quarterback room in the league. No, brother. You screwed that. Like, you screwed the pooch on that. And you know what? He kind of admitted that during his press conference where he was like, hey, we thought Daniel, that didn't work out. Cool. But man, like, you guys really messed up even after that. Like, I don't know. Like, I really don't think
Drew Lock was a horrible signing. It didn't do anything to help you. You can't. There's no way you could justify Drew Lock. You just can't right now. And I thought, I was one of the guys who were like, hey, maybe he could chuck it downfield. No, he was a terrible quarterback. It was a terrible decision. You should put your hand up. But you know what? As a GM, he's not going to throw anybody under the bus. Any former quarterbacks, he's not going to say, hey, we got this wrong. He sucked. They won't do that. But you wish there was some way he could have said a little bit something. You know, like it kind of messed up.
That's what I mean. Like, he didn't take any accountability either. These guys are just like pretending like they have a process that's on its way. Like, we were in a 500 team that was like close, and we just got to make some changes here and there. We're as far away as possible. We had the number 1 pick 2 weeks ago. It's just wild to me, the shit that he was coming out with.
Yeah, not great.
Insane.
Not
but guys, I want to say this. A lot of people also talking, and this is not part of the show notes, guys, but Antonio Pierce. Let me just say this, guys. Giants land, clip this, whatever you got to do. But I have not seen anything involving Antonio Pierce being a defensive coordinator for anything. Okay. I think it was at a high school level, if I can remember, not on this professional level. Guys, I understand you love nostalgia. I understand you love past players, especially the ones that won you a Super Bowl. I get it. We put them on this whole pedestal and we idolize them and we really respect them. And that's all it should be. But for someone to come in here and think they're going to be a surefire defensive coordinator because they were a head coach and they never done defensive coordinator before, and thinking it's going to be a surefire here and it's going to work for the New York Giants, you guys are smoking. You guys are drinking. You guys are doing something that you should not be doing that is ruining your brain capacity. You guys need to stop it and get some help. Antonio Pierce should be a linebackers coach, and that's where it should start.
Linebacker coach sounds good.
And I think he could be a great linebackers coach here for the New York Giants because I think he could teach Bobby Okereke how to break down film like he did when he was here. Antonio Pierce wasn't this elite linebacker. You know what made him elite? His brain, his film study. That's what made him great. So just imagine you take a Bobby Okereke and you say, hey, watch this film. This is what I've learned. And Bobby Okereke is a whole lot better than what Antonio Pierce was. Let's be honest. And there's no disrespect to Antonio Pierce. None at all.
More athletic. Definitely more athletic.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you take that and say, hey, and I'm going to coach you and this is how you break down film, and Bobby Okereke adapts to that, he's going to have an all-pro year, in my opinion. For a defensive coordinator, stop smoking the weed.
Peter is just like reading my mind tonight. I was about to say, like, wouldn't he be a phenomenal linebacker coach? Bring him in and like teach these guys what he's thinking during the plays. You know, when he sees this from the quarterback, tells to get, because Pierce, you're right, dude. It was his brain. He wasn't like an Urlacher or Troy, where he's just so physically gifted. He was a big, strong dude, but he was in the right place at the right time, and he was a great leader. 100%. You know, he was on the mic on that defense, calling the plays. Like, he'd be a good linebacker coach. I know that's quite a demotion, but it's a job in the NFL, and I don't know what his other options will be. So
he kind of got sped up in the process to begin with. We went straight to head coach and skipped a lot of steps in between. So I think he might have to take a little 2 steps back to get back, to where if he wants to get back to coaching again, but we'll see.
Exactly.
Listen, they all do it. I mean, I think when what's his name from the Dolphins when he got terminated, I think they took him in as a position coach, and then he now defensive coordinator of the Vikings or something like that, right? What's his name? Flores, right? Didn't Flores was a position coach in another team? I think it might have been Pittsburgh or something like that. He wasn't the DC. So he took a couple steps back, and now he's defensive coordinator, and I'm sure he'll get another shot at coaching hopefully sometime. You know what I mean? So you always got to take a little bit of the steps back. I mean, look at Pat Shurmur. He's a freaking offensive coordinator on a college level, on a collegiate level.
Dude, that's how it works. You fall down a peg, you got to prove success to get a chance to come back up.
Absolutely. Like you hit it right on the head, Hef. Right on the head.
I mean, Spags stepped in shit, right? Like he had a chance as a interim head coach here, wasn't retained. All right, I'll go back to being a defensive coordinator in Kansas City. That worked out okay for him.
Yeah, sort of good. Sort of good.
If you like that sort of thing.
Exactly. I want to ask about this, guys, because of course we got a bunch of stuff here to do.
Yeah.
I just want to get your ideas of who's the natural or who's the cornerstone players here in our franchise that you go, there's potential there. These guys are cornerstone pieces. We need them, and they're going to help this team. And I'm going to give you a couple names. In fact, I want you guys to give me a couple names of who you think the cornerstone players are. And I'm going to start with El Jefe on this one, brother.
For me, it still kind of just feels like Andrew Thomas and Dex. You know, like the big boys on the line on each side. I'm not going to name like 6 guys, but that just kind of feels like that's where you start. That's where good teams are built. And that's what we've got. And they're not Shane's guys, as we know, right? But like, as long as they're healthy and on the field, they're top tier at their positions, at the most important positions, and they're difference makers. So I'm going to go with those 2.
Good stuff.
I like that. Yeah, I'll add to that. I mean, those are the obvious. I think Neighbors has solidified himself as a cornerstone player. He came out and just put up, 100 plus catches, 1,200 yards and 7 TDs, and what we have often mentioned as the worst quarterback room, in the league. He did that with nothing, and he was injured, missed games, was banged up in the other games that he played with, but he was a gamer, man. He was there. Whether you could see how pissed off he was in the locker room afterwards too. He answered all the questions. He gutted it out. So I think that's a cornerstone kind of player that could be a leader on this team going forward. Tracy, I like what I saw. I wouldn't say cornerstone yet, but he's going to be part of the solution going forward. And last one is Burns. Burns had 8.5 sacks, playing injured essentially all year long. He lost Dex with over the last 5 games. He had nobody really to pair up next to him, and he gutted it out, playing with a bad groin, bad hammy, bad hip, bad everything, and he stuck it through every single game. Didn't pout, didn't get angry at anybody, didn't point any fingers. He stuck it through, and I think a young cornerstone player at 26 years old, that's a guy that you want to keep around.
It's funny you guys named all these names, and true, that was awesome, Speed. You know what I mean? I can't go and try to make it find a name, but Hef, you hit it right on the bullseye. And it's crazy because we're still picking these names because we do have some marquee people in here, but they haven't proven themselves yet. They just came into the league. So let's see after some time and tape where those guys will lie as far as a Tracy, as far as a Phillips. We understand what Burns can do. He's been in the league for a while, but I need to see more in blue at this point. But I think you got to look at it. AT and Dex. You got to look at those guys and be like, we know what they've done here in this franchise. We know what they continue to do when healthy. AT goes down, his offensive line is in shambles, especially on that left side. Dex goes down, you can't have a pass rush to save their lives. In fact, everyone is neutralized because Dexter Lawrence isn't there. Even freaking out guy Brian Burns too could get a little bit neutralized and lost in the shuffle because now their double team is going to come to him and not Dex at this point. So those are the 2 cornerstone marquee pieces right here that I say, we need to build around that a little bit more and figure it out how to help these guys a little bit more. And listen, Joe Shane's been trying. He's been swinging a bat and bringing in a Burns and drafting a Kayvon Thibodeau.
He's trying. Yeah, sure.
He's not enough, but he's trying. He's trying to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But those guys still to this day, and it's not even his guys. It's not even the guys he drafted. He just signed them. You know what I mean? But those guys are the cornerstone pieces here, which is Andrew Thomas and Dexter Lawrence, in my opinion, hands down, for many more years to come until someone else takes that throne, to be honest with you. But you hit the head.
It sucks we didn't say Kayvon Thibodeau, man, because like he seemed like he was going to be that guy. And Neil, but like Thibodeau, even after last year, 11.5 sacks, we felt good about him going forward. And
can I say this? And I'm sorry.
This year. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Kayvon, if you're watching, or If you are listen, the Giants watch. They watch everyone, it seems, nowadays. So I hope you hear me if you're watching. Okay, when I'm on and riding your back, pause. Okay, brother. That's just to push you a little bit further. Because Kayvon, yes, you sound good. You look good doing it, but you're just not good enough to play in the NFL right now. I think next year, I think next year, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now.
What? You don't even belong in the NFL. You suck. No. You suck. You
suck. And listen, and all joking aside, you're just not well enough to produce at this level of the NFL right now. I understand the 11 and a half.
You just doubled down there. You doubled down.
I did. I'm being honest.
I mean, you just put him in Evan Neal category.
He's not floating on bust. He's not. If he comes out and stinks up next year, he's not a bust. And that's
number 5. He's not a star.
Yeah.
Dude, he's not even close. He's not even close. He's right where Evan Neal is right now at this point. He's not.
Wow.
He didn't even stay on the field.
That's bold. That is bold.
And I'm gonna die on that hill until you prove otherwise, Kayvon. And next year, this is what I'm trying to get at here. Is next year is his last year to figure it out. If he cannot, he's a bust. If he can't produce at least 8 sacks, he's a bust. This guy is solely made for rushing the quarterback. Am I wrong?
I agree. I would agree on that.
I get it, drop him in coverage, but he's not that type of guy to go in coverage. It's bad defensive coordinator calls. I get it. But the guy is brought here to rush the passer, and he can't. I understand he's hurt, but he just can't do it. And when he got 11 sacks, and when he got the most sacks, it was against freaking inferior teams. It wasn't superior teams. It wasn't. Why are we sitting here and holding this guy up 11 and a half sacks like he's done something? He hasn't done nothing against any superior teams. He disappears. He's a ghost. What are we doing here? Are we crazy?
K-Max says it's something about the Staten Island water. You have anger issues.
I love, man, when Eli's voice gets up there, it's just the best. It's just absolutely the best. Listen, he deserves criticism. In no way has he lived up to what we thought he could be. The next generation of Giants pass rushers. Like, we were really pumped. Number 5 overall pick. He has not lived up to that at all whatsoever. I wouldn't put him in a bust category. I think he's in a mid category. I don't think he's a star. He's a disappointment. At a minimum, he's a disappointment. I'll say that. But I will also say, think how bad the Giants have been, averaging 10 points a game at home, 13 points over the season until this fucking ridiculous Colts game where we put up 45. How many teams are passing in the second half? It's less opportunities to get sacks. I'm not making excuses for him. He's a disappointment. But I would not consider him a bust. I would consider him a disappointment.
Let's be honest. Come on. Let's be honest. Even Justin Tuck came in and did something. Osi Umenyiora came in and did something. Freaking Matthias Kiwanuka, that was a defensive end, turned into linebacker, did something. You get what I'm saying? Like, guys, we've seen what greatness looks. Not say greatness, but we've seen what average play looks like or above average play look like in that position of linebacker. We've seen Antonio Pierce's in the world. We've seen it all. Why are we sitting here and saying and giving this guy some leeway? Why? Because he talks, he's smooth with the talking, and he sounds good doing it. He's faking it till he makes it. He stinks. He stinks.
I will say, I will agree that he's trending towards bust-ish territory. I don't think he's as bad as what you say of not NFL caliber. But I will say,
I'm doubling down. He's just not good enough.
He's not a number 5 pick. I will 100% agree with that. He is not playing like a first round pick at this moment. He's not even playing like a first round pick. I agree with you on that. In that sense, he is not come anywhere close to scratching a number 5 pick or first round pick. So on that sense, I wholeheartedly agree with you, my man.
If you got him in the 3rd round, I'd be like, all right, nice piece. That's a good passer.
Agreed.
But number 5 overall, fucking massive disappointment. No. I agree. So real quick, Peter, thank you, Peter, showing up tonight.
Yes.
Would you guys be okay? Would you guys be on board with trading him? So you're losing a mid pass rusher. We got Burns, but then it's another hole to fill.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think you should keep him because I think he's still under a decent contract number, and give him one more year with. I do believe that, again, if you get a Brandon Graham, if you help this defense around him, that you'll see better results. You'll see better results, I think, a little bit. But this year was a lost year for Kayvon. Absolute lost year, and he needs to come out like gangbusters next year. That's what has to happen.
I'll get out the way. I promise. I'll get off this high horse. But I'm telling you right now, if there was something on the block where it says trade Kayvon Thibodeau, I'm listening to any call possible. And again, I do understand. I'm not a 7th round, not a 5th round. It got to be a 3rd round pick. It got to be a 3rd round pick, right? It got to be a 3rd round pick, maybe a 4. And we'll discuss that later. But yes, I'm thinking about how can I trade him? And you know what I'll do? Hey, Azeez Ojulari, you thinking about coming back another year or 2 to kind of prove what you can do?
You was
hurt, so your value's a little bit low. So maybe I could get you on a cheap. Because I'm telling you right now, Azeez Ojulari did more showing out than the Kayvon Thibodeau did. What are we doing here? We got a plan B, guys. We don't have to. So if anybody makes a call, I'm like, hey, you think about getting rid of Kayvon Thibodeau? Sure. For what pick? Sure. Like, you shouldn't be like, no, get out of here. He's a star. He's
definitely, yeah. You don't turn.
Don't sign Azeez Ojulari and trade this guy away. If he turns out to be something great, then cool. But him living up to 11.5 sacks, talking about, I want to beat Michael Strahan's record. It sound good. You sound good doing it. You're just not going to do it. I don't even think he's going to reach 11.5. I just don't.
A lot of guys want to beat that record.
Yo, but he's nowhere. He's not nowhere near. Listen, if it's a J.J. Watt or a J.J. What's the hell? This guy on Steelers, whatever. I forget his name. T.J. Watt.
One of the Boses, one of the Watts.
One of the Watts. Yeah. I get it. Those guys are elite. If it's freaking Hutchinson, I get it. Kayvon Thibodeau? Bro, I don't believe anything that come out your mouth right now, bro. I just don't.
That's fair.
I don't. This guy is not them. And he was drafted like he was one of them. I'm good. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The problem with trading him, again, and Fa just said this too. If you are trading him and you're saying he's a bust and he's barely even a 3rd round, kind of player.
Not NFL caliber.
Yeah. What are you getting for that kind of player?
Listen, here's the thing. Let's call a spade a spade. All joking aside, we do understand his name will have a value to it. You get what I'm saying? We understand. But I'm listening to trade office.
Sure,
I'm listening to it.
I agree. Oh, yeah.
Come on. I'm listening to it. Come on.
Yeah. That's fair.
They love the
Rams. Listen.
They love the Rams.
I want to really quick, and we're going to talk about the draft for a long time in the next couple months.
Yeah, we got a lot of time for that. Yes, sir.
Let me just throw this out to you because wait. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, throw it out, brother. Throw it out.
No, so okay. You have now we're firmly entrenched in that 3rd pick, right? The Browns throw out this information that Deshaun Watson has had a setback in his Achilles injury. So I don't know if that's bait to get someone to trade up. Or that just further confirms that they want to take a quarterback. Either way, it's going to get very interesting to see what's happening at 1 and 2. The Tennessee Titans fire their GM, Rand Carthen. That throws a little bit of throws everything in a flux a little bit. If you guys have an ability to trade up to number 2 to make sure you're getting one of Cam or Shador, are you doing it? Are you trading a 3rd round pick, a 2nd round pick, a 3rd round pick up for next year, and a 4th round pick from next year? Are you doing that to trade up to guarantee that you get one of Cam or Shador, or are you just staying put at 3?
I'm not. I think either of them are worth drafting at 3. Should they fall? Should the Browns do something else or whatever? I would take either one at 3.
Okay.
But I would not trade up and trade assets. No way. I get a defensive stud like you're talking about. Draft one or trade back into the 1st. You're obviously going to get a veteran either way. But no way. Okay.
You're not trading a 2nd round pick to move up one spot and make sure you're getting one.
No.
Okay, that's fair. It looks like you're on the same page there. You're not convinced enough on these quarterbacks to do that kind of trade up.
No, because like Kev said, man, if they fall to you, then yeah, you go get them. But to trade assets for and Speed, you correct me all the time.
Well, here's the thing. You guys, you're sounding like if you're okay with them at 3, that means you think they can be franchise quarterbacks, right? So if you think you can be a franchise quarterback, you're not willing to trade a 2nd and a 3rd for them. Like that's where it gets tricky. I hear what you guys are saying.
I know the trouble is that we're a team that needs to build through the draft. I don't have confidence in our GM to do that per se. but we need to really take advantage. If anything, acquire more draft assets somehow. So to give up more for what many consider to be not a surefire quarterback. Right. I'm okay with taking him at 3 for whatever reason, and I'm not okay with trading assets for him.
Yeah, no, I get you.
I'm in that in between.
I'm in the same page.
You cooking, Hef. You cooking.
I'm in the same page. Here's the thing. I don't think there's elite quarterbacks in this draft, but I think if Aller shows out and he comes into the draft, you have some depth here, and then you can find some guys like Dart, Milrow, Aller, and there's a couple guys you can get later on that might be feasible, picks
that you could cook with, that you could work on in the background while your veteran plays.
So it's either agreed. Go ahead.
No, you're good, man. We're on the same page.
Yeah, no, I think we're all on the same page with that. If somebody falls to us at 3, and I still think there's too much chaos in that top 2. There's too much uncertainty at that top 2. I still feel like there might be a chance one of them slips through the crack. Or be it Dion stepping in and not letting them trade or not letting them go to Cleveland. I don't know what it is, but I still feel like something might happen. And in that case, we're all on the same page there. We'll take a quarterback, one of those 2 guys, but no more trading the future assets. We have too many holes. We're on that same page there.
But maybe, and shout out to the 511 people that are watching right now. We do appreciate all the support. If you're watching on X, guys, please hit the heart. Please hit the repost button. Don't forget to follow. Hit that notification bell. Come over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell as well, and that like button. That's how we get all these good guests for you guys, all these great guests that you saw in the intro. So please keep supporting, man. We do appreciate that. But also, it's another thing, too, you got to think about, Speed. If the Giants feel like Shador, Cam is their guy, then go get them. Do what you got to do. We're just spectators and fans at the end of the day, right? So if you got that much conviction on them, and again, we watch film. They watch the film something, totally different from the way we do. You get what I'm saying? So if it feels like, these guys are it and they're surefire, which around the league it doesn't seem like to be for some, then you go get them. Go get them and go do your thing, and then your job it kind of lays on these guys here and do their thing. So we'll see, man. It's going to be crazy either.
We got a lot of time.
And part of this is also woven into our GM head coach situation because you have a GM that desperately needs a quarterback. He actually was questioned on this, probably Duggan or Pat, if I had to guess, because they're the ones that ask the real questions. Would you leverage and go all in and overspend and all of that? And Shane kind of said, I respect the Giants too much to do that.
He answered it the right way.
Yeah, that was probably the best thing he said.
Yeah, he said no Hail Marys, which kind of was a little bit music to our ears. It's the best thing he said. I think he said.
Yep, I'm with you. So you don't want a GM acting desperate. Why don't we get caught up on supers real quick and then maybe get to a fun segment?
Holy shit, a super chat!
Oh, I love that button.
This is going back a minute, but I'm with C's. We want a DC that's got an attacking scheme. I don't know, maybe like Wink.
No,
but for real, Bowen has been fucking soft, fucking just vanilla pudding of a defense, just disgusting, bro. If vanilla pudding had a face, it's Bowen.
I will say this: the 2 names that I'm going to throw out, Lou Anarumo and he's a Staten Island guy. So shout out to you Staten Island dudes. Came back. He was a Cincinnati Bengals defensive coordinator. That they took him to the Super Bowl he was a DC there. He's had some good defenses, but he's had not a lot of talent to work with at Cincy. So I think that's a vet that you could bring in who has way more experience than Bowen. You might want to go with him. Or, and again, there's a name that not a head coach, Matt Eberflus, was a good defensive coordinator. Chicago had some good defenses while he was there. Matt Eberflus, he's got some ties to some of the Giants players, has some ties with Dabes. That's a name that could solidify that side of the ball, and he's looking to prove something. As he had, his shit kicked in in Chicago, but he is another name that could be a good defense coordinator. And he got Saleh. But I don't think Saleh's going to come back here. I don't think he wants anything to do with MetLife. I don't think he wants anything to do with Dable.
He'd be good. He's a good DC though.
Yeah, and listen, you got your Antonio Pierces that some people want. So I don't know.
I will say real quick, just before we move on, that Lou guy from Cincinnati, he's very rarely mentioned from anyone in the Giants community without mentioning he's from Staten Island. I don't care if the guy's from Mars. I just want a good defensive coordinator.
Yeah, I
but everyone loves cool story if he winds up coming here and being good. Yes, love it. But that's not a selling point for me. But
well, it's a selling point for getting him back here because who wants to come back here at this point? Maybe he wants to come back home to, as I'm saying, like, yo,
Good
you're
point.
from here, come back here.
He's from Staten Island. Maybe we could pay him half as
because-
much to come home.
Because Staten Island is the forgotten borough in New York City, so it's like a big deal if someone is like good coming out of Staten Island. But you got a lot of people that are good
Yeah,
coming
like
out.
Eli Rack's coming out of Staten
Come
Island.
on.
How about that?
That name's gonna be on billboard soon. All right,
Let's go, baby.
All right, we got 3 more real quick. We'll catch up.
Go.
Peter.
This is a big one. I like this.
Pete, man, Pete's killing it.
Yeah,
Might be runner
because
up
of the
against
minority
Rob
rules, Mike Kafka.
He is Puerto Rican. Shout out Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. If he gets hired, we get 2 third-round comp picks.
Right? How cool is that? I mean, I don't think. Yeah, he's got to jump to head coach, which his stock has probably never been lower. Maybe, but he's been doing these rounds for 3 years now. So maybe there's somebody that falls in love with him.
It's kind of.
We can only hope.
Is it lower speed? Because it's not like he called any of the plays. Marin's like, you need to call the plays. You need to call the plays.
How could his stock have gone up in the last?
Yeah, right. That's what I mean.
Basically.
Right. It hasn't gone up.
Probably the same, if any. Right.
If he gets hired as a head coach, I mean that's like the best win of the Giants season.
I will drive his ass to fucking Newark or Jackson, wherever. I will drive your ass there.
Yeah.
I will take those 2 third-round picks, bro.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be a show. First of 2025, the Weekly Precious. Loving the show, brother. We miss you
Good
too.
night, Precious. We love you.
Good night, and we love you, Presh.
We love
Thanks for dropping the super on your way to bed. We appreciate you.
Mhm.
And one more from C's.
Oh,
The draft never goes chalk. Not the draft. The draft never goes chalk. Last year was Unusual. Someone is gonna rock it up.
Unusual.
Yeah. So you know what? And right now, and E was kind of fighting me on this, but I think Allers is the JJ McCarthy of this draft. He's flying up the draft board. I'm just saying, the new tweet that came out is he would be convinced to come into the class if he would be in the top 3. The fact that he's even mentioning the top 3 means that he's getting good word. I'm telling you, and there's been whispers, guys like Ben Albright and all these other guys who are tied in. They say, who's a guy that the media doesn't love, but that the NFL people love? And he keeps hearing Aller. His name keeps popping up for a reason. Take it for what it's worth. But that's what he's saying.
Well,
Don't take it from me.
Thursday night, right? His stock is gonna.
That's the big one.
Tune in. If he lights it up, he's gonna get advised to come out because his stock is gonna be super high, and then top 10 pick, maybe higher. People get desperate for a quarterback. We saw it last year. All right, gentlemen, are we ready to move on?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's do it. Let's do
it. 607 people in the building, by the way. Go ahead.
Oh,
damn. That escalated quickly.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
We'll take it, brother. We'll take it. What you got?
All right, you guys ready to have some fun? Preseason, if you remember, we did a show from Eli's house in the basement, preseason, right before the season kicked off. And we made a bunch of fun bets, predictions about the NFL season, not just the Giants. Actually, this is all NFL, not just Giants related. And the one bet we made is that we all tried to pick division winners, right? So we all made eight choices.
There you go.
And the person with the most correct gets a free night at our favorite spot, which is Tommy's in Staten Island. The other 2 got to pick up his tab for whoever balled out. So just a reminder here of the division winners in the AFC.
This is bad for me.
The AFC winners: Bills, Ravens, Texans, Chiefs.
Okay.
There were some where we all got it right, like Chiefs. Some where we all had different answers. AFC East.
Yeah.
Maybe my worst prediction.
I had the Jets, I think.
I had the Jets. No, Spiro, you actually said Bills.
I did.
You were correct. Eli said Dolphins. At least they were second place.
Hey.
Close. That's close.
Spiro had a rough go in the NFC winners: Eagles, Lions, Bucks, Rams. So I'm going to show you real quick here.
Wait, that was okay. That's who won and what did I have?
So I'm going to show you. Here we go. Let me show you real quick. Preseason predictions here. Let me turn this banner off.
Oh God.
So you look on the right, the winners.
Damn.
I mean, Eli was pretty locked in. I'm not going to lie. We all had the Eagles.
Okay,
Eli gained major ground by picking the Lions when we both had the Packers and the Bucks when we both had the Falcons. That was big. I got a big point back by picking the Rams over the 49ers.
Nice.
I mean, who saw that coming?
So you did.
Listen, this was a ton of fun. It was a great awesome exercise, but there's got to be a winner.
Okay.
And his name is Eli Rax with 6 out of 8. 6 out of 8 correct. So you, my friend, get a free night at Tommy's.
Okay.
But the fun when you're ready.
We made some other predictions, and let's see where they are, because there's some. I think the rest of them are all to be determined. So one of our bets was what's the Super Bowl matchup going to be, and you got to pick the winner, and this is where it gets funny.
Oh God, I know where
Eli had Houston versus San Fran.
I'm out.
Yeah,
logical, but
Eli's out.
But
I'm out.
Spiro's similarly bad. Jets versus Eagles.
Hey, I might have one.
Right, highly unlikely.
Not good.
My prediction was Ravens versus Lions, which is
I hope that's
very much a lot. And I predicted the Ravens would get it done. This is where we all shit the bed. Our dark horse team of 2024. We basically have like who's at the top of the draft here, basically. Eli picked the Raiders as a dark horse team. Spiro picked the Jaguars.
Even worse.
And I
fired coach. All coaches are fired.
Yeah, and I picked Chicago also. So fired. So like we all
want to do. I gotta do.
That's
this is
3 strikes and you're out. We fucked up that, guys.
That was fun as hell. I ain't gonna lie.
We all shit the bed there. Okay, are you ready for MVP votes?
Yeah. Oh God, I know.
This one should be a sweep, right?
Eli for MVP. The sophomore slump himself, CJ Stroud.
He's had a tough round, bro.
Very.
Spiro's vote for MVP. Future New York Giants quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
Look at his stats. Let me defend myself real quick here. 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, almost 4,000 yards. It's not as bad.
It's like top third. It's like
right, but not terrible. It's not CJ Stroud, okay? Back off, E.
All right, it's not bad. My MVP vote was Josh Allen because I said he was going to. I think he's got a decent. That's a coin flip with Lamar, in my opinion. I think he's going to be there.
Right there.
And finally, our Rookie of the Year predictions. Eli said Caleb Williams. It was preseason.
Tough year.
He had what we thought was an elite trio of wide receivers.
Terrible.
It was good guess.
Spiro, Rookie of the Year. He guessed Neighbors. Malik Neighbors, Rookie of the Year.
I mean,
all he did was second in all-time rookie catches. I mean,
right.
Bowers probably ends up with it. And I said Jaden Daniels.
Who's right?
I think you're on there.
Also, who do we think is going to actually win it now? Like now that we know everything that's going, are you a Jaden Daniels guy? Who would you pick, Jeff? If knowing what you know now.
I mean, Jaden Daniels, like, it's so hard to do that as a quarterback. I'd probably just stick with him, but like I would understand if Bowers won. I mean, that's on a bad team, bad offense, all of that.
There's someone we're forgetting, and it's someone that I did not have even close in my thought process. Bo Nix, 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, leading the Broncos to the playoffs. A team nobody really thought had a chance. Shout out to Bo Nix, proved a lot of people wrong, and it's going to be. I think if you're going favorites, it's them too, Jaden and Bo Nix, because the quarterbacks always get the bump. Bowers. But man, this rookie class is fucking stacked, dude.
I mean, he broke the rookie reception. I mean, we had 2 rookies break the rookie receiving record.
Well, and Brian Thomas Jr. did not look too bad either.
You can make an argument he had a better year than Neighbors. Like that dude absolutely balled out.
Who are you picking if you know what you know now?
Man, like I probably still go with Jaden. I mean,
that's fair.
To be honest, he's got to be in the running at this point.
Oh, he's
You get what I'm saying? But I'll go with Jaden still. I mean, it's still a coin toss at this point. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, well, so Jaden has got 25-9, and Bo Nix is at 29-12. Bo Nix has 3,700 yards, and
what does Jaden have?
Jaden has 3,500, but Jaden's got a lot more rushing yards than Bo does.
I think
it's close. It's close.
I think he's the lock, right? Just by the stats alone. But I guess it depends who takes it. But you know what makes Bo Nix so special is just that, and I think that team's going to go far. Reminds me of the Giants in 07, that scrappy young team. They had trick plays going. Like, this team was exciting to watch, even though it was their second string people that was in there. I get it. I understand. But it was just exciting to watch, and I think that just builds confidence with the way they won. So if they go deep, then you go, okay, Bo Nix. If it's a one and done for Jaden Daniels, then it's just a wrap for him. I think it's just about who's going to go in there deeper into the playoffs to kind of narrow that down.
I think Jaden is the not overwhelming. I think he's the big time favorite at this point, betting wise. If you were to go put the money on it right now, I think he's way up there. So I think he's minus like 2,000. So he's basically a lock. But it was a really good class overall, and shout out to all those dudes, man. They all
unfortunately we didn't have a bet on the other side actions, but now we know for next year.
That was fun. We're gonna keep track of that and see.
I don't do this comment shit.
Actually, bring that back up.
Is that?
It's pretty special what Wandell did. 93 catches for less than 700 yards. You honestly can't make those kind of numbers up. It's bonkers for a wide receiver to do that. That's so many catches for not getting 700 yards. It's wild. But if you think about it, look at our QB room. We had no deep threat, and the guy's running 5-yard routes every time.
That's funny you say that. Think of all the 3rd and 6s where he caught it for 5 yards.
It's crazy.
That must have happened 30 times this year.
Wow.
We'll get to the super chat, and then of course, guys, we'll get up out of here, and we'll go from there.
Hey, 666 out there.
Oh, Tracy Blue. Hey, what's up?
Go follow Giants Girl 146.
Yes, I love it.
Man, she sent all those letters to Mara. Man, it was great. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to read it before you sent it publicly to the world. So thank you so much, man. That means a lot, and the community definitely needed that, and you spoke for everybody. So shout out to you, Tracy. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you,
guys.
Appreciate
you. Before we get out of here, obviously I do want to address the elephant in the room.
Put some music to it. Put some music to it.
Yeah, if you want. But just want to address the elephant in the room, guys. Obviously, we do understand, we do read what's going on, of course, in the world today. But to say this, guys, I've been getting a lot of DMs lately, right, about the situation that's going on with a past guest that we had on the show, and that is Joy Taylor. Okay. We do understand that FS1 is involved in a lawsuit. We do understand that her name is in that particular paperwork. But guys, I want to make something clear, and I speak on behalf of my brothers as well. These are allegations. These are going to go through litigation. This is something we don't know what's happening. It is something that's going to go back and forth through court. I'll say this, and I'm sure my guys will agree with me. Joy Taylor will still remain a friend of the shows. We respect, we admire what she does. Has been nothing but a great professional when we dealt with her, and the way we still deal with her. She's been nothing but a great professional during this particular time as well. So I do understand the concerns that you people or some people may have that DM me. We do understand it. We do get it. And some of them just been downright creepy. And I think you need to kind of check yourself there. All right.
Let's get some help.
Stop it. Get some help. All right. But, with that being said, we pray for everybody that's involved. Also, our sister Joy Taylor. You have our support that is here. This is forever be a platform. We meant it. You do have the first New York Revival hoodie that we ever put out. So, but guys, yes, we're praying for all parties that are there. So please, if you can, stop DMing me. And the second thing is, we all have wives, we all have families. So all asking those crazy questions of we did what with who, stop.
I wish I had a clip. I wish I had a clip of Bill Clinton ready to go, but I just want to say none of us had relations.
Right.
I did not have relations.
That is our sister, man. So, and we do have wives that look at our social media. So let's take it easy.
My wife doesn't watch, but I'm still saying it for the record. Right
there. It's a fact.
Right.
It's a fact.
Hey,
all right.
So
with that being said, guys, please, man, like I said, we pray for everybody there, and hopefully we can address this once and for all, and we're over it, right, guys? So we're here to move on. So, of course, man, awesome show. Awesome show.
Hey, real quick. Yeah. I want to because I know I know I know how you're feeling. I know how you felt. I want to know how you feel now. Yeah. Knicks a little bit of a slide here. Are you worried?
God.
Are you worried?
Here's why I'm worried, Speed. Here's why I'm worried. Because when they got to the superior competition, like in the Thunder and etc. that they played, they didn't live up to what I thought. And when they were winning with this good amount and the ball was moving well, they were dropping points, whatever the case is, it was against teams that was like had 5 wins or whatever the case is, right? So man, it was, again, I understand you don't play to your competition, you go beat them, and you're supposed to. The Knicks beat them, but are they ready? Because the playoffs is only going to get tougher. So I'm nervous because they just can't beat these teams that are superior at this point. It scares me. And again, I was like, man, give it time. They're going to gel. But I thought while they were winning, they were gelling. I thought they're like, okay, they're going to figure it out. Maybe they still have more gelling to do. But it's just scary that we have this powerhouse here and we can't seem to beat these teams that I know on paper, I know we are better than. So it just scares me a little bit, man. It just scares me.
Tune in. By the way, Thunder have won 15 straight games. That's they're it in the Western Conference, man. So I don't think there's shame in losing that game, and they just had a bad fourth quarter. This Knicks team, they got it, and again, Karl Anthony Towns didn't play last game. I think that was a factor in not winning that game. But there's things that don't make sense. They have good wing defenders, and they're not playing defense. There's stuff that's not adding up yet. They need 2 more pieces. They need a nice vet guy off the bench. They need Mitchell Robinson back. And I think when push comes to shove, this team is going to be there at the end of the day. They're still not there yet. I see the vision. When they still stay healthy and they get it together defensively and they get that 1 more or 2 more pieces, they are not on a team yet. They're going to be fine. And Cease is right.
He's right.
Thank you, Cease.
100%.
Gibbs is doing the thing again where he runs them into the dirt yet again. But this is why I think they need more. They need at least 2 more players. One of them being Mitch Robinson, maybe even a third. They need somebody on that bench. They need a veteran. And I don't know if Jimmy Butler's that guy, because now you hear the rumors that Jimmy Butler's on the trade market. He's 35, but he's got so much playoff success, man. He's had experience with Thibodeau. So does that work? Is that the guy you
forcing him in a starting lineup, or is he coming off as a 6?
Oh yeah. Oh no, he's starting lineup. He's
starting lineup, right? So who you taking off? Who you taking?
That's hard. Right? That's hard to imagine how that goes. Josh Hart's out then.
Right? Like I don't know. I listen. I don't. He is a better player, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I'm just not comfortable with that as of yet, especially how that's going over there in Miami. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just don't know if I'm ready to pull that trigger. It's just like you're right. I think Thibodeau was just running them into the floor at this point, but this has been a problem for Thibodeau for years now since he's been here. Yeah. He's always giving them all these long extra minutes, and this is like, bro, you have a freaking marathon of basketball.
So much football. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got to learn how to rest these guys, especially on like they were still playing against these inferior teams. Like they were still playing out there some decent minutes, and you're just like, dude, take them out. They're up like 20. Like what are you doing here, man?
Yeah, any chance to rest these guys, like that's what will defeat the Knicks is they don't have the legs once you get deep in the playoffs, or you're like an injury or 2 away from just like bottoming out, basically. Like I would take our healthy first 5 to 7 players, like I will take that, and I would love to see that against Boston or OKC in a 7-game series, you know what I mean? But they got to be fresh, and it's gonna be so hard. How do you go into the finals and the deep playoff run fresh? Because in the playoffs they're playing every minute. How are you going to go into that fresh when you don't trust the back of the bench? That's tough.
They need.
There you go. There you go. Hef. The bench.
I trust in Leon. I trust Leon. It's funny to say, but I think I trust him more than almost any other GM in New York right now. And the most out of any GM in Knicks recent history. Like he's pushing all the right buttons. I trust he knows what he needs, and I trust Thibodeau. Tibbs knows what he needs too. So listen. Don't panic yet. What I want to say is don't panic. It's only January. We have 3 more months before we even get to the heat of things yet.
That's
so
true.
don't panic.
Yeah, no, and then we still got the All-Star break and etc. They can come alive.
And trade deadline, most importantly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we got some stuff.
Like you said, I trust Leon Rose as well.
Facts. I'm just nervous.
Yeah.
Dude,
we wanted so bad. Like the Knicks.
I know. They're it. That's the Rangers are struggling. Knicks just I mean, nobody cares about the Islanders, but the Knicks are our best chance. No, but the Knicks are our best chance, and we need them to go far. So, but they're there. They're there. They're going to be there. I trust it.
I don't know. I think the Giants could make some noise next year, guys.
Oh,
let me stop this.
Well, that's too soon. It's too soon.
Move this man!
Guys, shout out to the 696 people in the building. Yes, man. 697 now. It's going up and up and 98.
Come on,
99.
Get it.
No, let's get it. Let's get it to 7. Let's get it to 7. Hit that retweet button. Hit that like button, guys. Come on, let's get it to 7 before we get out of here. Come on, let's go.
I'm gonna drink this beer.
Oh, it just left. Sorry.
You want? While we wait, you want to see the smoothest criminal of all time?
Boom! Look at that. Boom!
Yes.
Look at this shout out, man, from X-Land. We gotta get comments from X-Land. Shout out.
My man's in Miami or something.
I thought you were talking about. How do you know?
Oh no, separate. That was Eli put that. That was
yeah, that was me. That was so. This is why I should not do the controls. I just do it sometimes.
The timing of that was just horrible. I was like,
I apologize.
Sorry. Eli, you just made me look terrible there. That's live TV, folks.
Oh, that's what I gotta get it for me now. I gotta get it for me now.
I just want to show you this clip I found, and it's possibly the smoothest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay?
Yeah.
Watch this.
Ooh, look at that. Just no.
I turned the corner too. What the?
Didn't even.
Oh, that was.
Look at that. Look at that. He's in disbelief that it worked.
Dude, he does this. First of all, that smooth out of the car transition didn't even lose a step.
No.
He didn't lose a step, dude.
So somebody's driving, obviously, and he hops out the passenger, and he just
left him.
Like unbelievable. Scooch. Oh yeah, officer. I see him too. They went that way. You better.
He's like,
you better hurt. Oh, are they that way? Yeah. Let me look down the street. Oh my God, it worked. Oh my God, it worked. I'm a free man. Sorry, bro. I'm out of here.
Yo, that's some smooth shit.
That is. And then on the news is like the police caught the guy who jumped out of a car because the ring camera caught him. Like, golly, all these cameras everywhere.
Exactly right.
Oh
I'm
my
in Philly
God!
on vacation, man. He's not in Miami. Shout out to.
Oh, okay. Hey, actually, before we leave, NFL playoffs start this weekend. Now let's talk about it. Who do you think goes to the Super Bowl? Let's get Super Bowl picks out there right now.
I thought we did,
and
we failed miserably.
No.
I'll stick with mine.
Current.
I'm current.
You're sticking with yours.
I'm sticking with mine because that means that Philly got beat somewhere along the way, which I like. Because I picked Detroit, Baltimore.
All right, so you're sticking with it.
With Lamar Jackson finally raising the Lombardi. The last thing he needs.
Okay, so I think what's your new pick?
All right, so I'm gonna have to go with Detroit's just hot, man. I think this is their year. They're so focused right now. It's just this. It's got to be Detroit. Honestly, headed to the Super Bowl. I think they're just gonna steamroll. I hope.
They're so banged up. I'm so scared about that.
It's true, but that momentum, it's just something about it.
No, you're right. You're right.
Banged up. There's just something about them. They're going to make it to the dance, I think. And it's going to be in like dramatic fashion. It's going to look incredible.
So easy to root for. I got a good friend that's a diehard Lions fan. The dude is just handle himself. I'm living through him a little bit. Yeah.
Dude, their stadium's rocking. I love Dan Campbell. I love every player in their team. I love Goff getting his redemption story. Like, they were so close last year, and they kind of messed it up. With it, I think Dan Campbell will learn from that. I think they're ready. They're hungry. I'm rooting for. My heart is with the Lions.
Yeah.
But I'm worried that the Eagles. Man, if they turn it on, if Jalen Hurts gets back in here, I'm worried about them, making a run. I'm very worried about it. And that defense is healthy. They rested everybody. But man, Philly versus Detroit would be fun. If they lined up somewhere, I would love to see that game because I think those are the Titans right now.
I say out of the AFC, man, I'm just gonna throw something here. You guys gonna think I'm crazy because everyone will say Kansas City, bet the Kansas City because obviously they're the safest bet.
3 straight. No.
But I think this is Buffalo's year. I understand Baltimore. I get it. But
I'm with you.
They Lamar has a hard time rising to the occasion each and every time. We've seen this last year when we won the Tommies, right? We was just like, man, can you just rise to the damn occasion for once, Lamar? Please. Like, when do you become a pocket passer all of a sudden? Run the damn ball, right? Like, we always seen this. He always fizzles out. But there's something about Josh Allen.
He's on a different fucking level right now.
I don't know. They're healthy now too. Cooper's rolling. Keon Coleman's rolling.
I will say this about Lamar, like, he hasn't had Derrick Henry before. That's an unfair duo where you don't know if you're going to get beat with speed on the on the read option, or you're going to get fucking run over by Derrick Henry. That's two bad options right there if you're on defense.
Right. I'm going to pour some cold water on Baltimore, though. Flowers just got hurt.
How bad?
Big loss. I don't know.
Bad.
I don't know if he's going to play the first round.
Bad. But championship weekend should be fucking awesome. Imagine it's like Philly, Detroit, Bills, Chiefs, something like that.
Yeah.
Or Ravens, Chiefs, something like that. That would be fucking awesome.
So my amended pick would be, I'm gonna say, because Lord knows my first pick was wrong. I'll say Lions Bills. I'm in with Lions Bills. Did you say Lions Bills? E? What was
I did.
Okay.
Lions Bills.
I like Lions Bills. I'm gonna be with you on that.
That would be a good fucking matchup.
That would be fun.
Is Montgomery done, or is he coming back? For the Lions, do you know?
I don't know.
It's not urgent because Gibbs looks like the best.
Oh yeah, no, he expects David Montgomery to be ready for the division round. So
good. They got it.
Listen,
I mean, they just beat Minnesota, who's a 14-2 team, and like the Lions were decimated with injuries, and somehow it didn't matter. They just punched Minnesota in the fucking face.
Okay, real quick, who wins this Rams Vikings game? I think that's gonna be the most fun game because I think Stafford cooking with Kupp and our boy Nakua,
Puka,
and Kyron Williams. It's gonna be a fun matchup. Who do you think wins that game?
Vikings for me.
I'm gonna take the Vikings against better judgment.
I'm going with Stafford.
Really? Against better judgment?
Darnold's banged up. Darnold is banged up.
Is he?
He's
but they got Daniel Jones. They're good.
They just activated him. Yeah, they signed him.
Spiro.
Yo, you want to know something crazy?
Let him see the field. I don't care if he does good or bad. Just let him see the field. I want to see what happens.
When you left Monday and we was talking, me and Speed, I was like, watch them sign him, and he's gonna be that halfback draw RPO type of quarterback. And guess what? They just signed him. I'm like, shoot, this is coming to fruition.
The perfect bow on the Giants season if Daniel Jones goes out and has throws for a touchdown.
Yeah, Saquon going for 2,000 rushing yards, and then Daniel Jones like winning a playoff game for somebody else.
Yeah. Another one for you guys. Chargers, Texans.
Full
Chargers,
circle.
Texans.
He wins it for the Vikings. The guys he beat.
Oh, I'm Chargers there, dude.
Chargers. Okay. Chargers, Texans. Do you think your boy's got anything? Oh, you're flat out.
He's so pissed. He's got egg on his face after those predictions. He's not going back to that well.
No.
Fuck that.
Learn my lesson.
And Bucks Commanders. That's the other game.
We got that one, dude.
I know.
That's another good
one. Does Baker win it? It's in Washington, right? I think it's in Washington.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No. Sorry, no. Buccaneers are the 3 seed. That can't be right. Yeah. Bucks are it's in Tampa. In Tampa, yes. Sorry.
Yeah, they
In
won.
Tampa.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes.
So
yes.
does Jaden go into Tampa as a rookie and win a playoff game?
I tell you no.
I'm actually going with Jaden because the Bucks struggled with the Panthers. Granted, Panthers are playing better recently, but they gave up a ton of points to Bryce Young, and I think Jaden's ready for the big stage, baby.
I'm excited for. There's some pretty good fucking matchups this weekend, and I'm excited for them. And,
can we get together for some games, make some content, drink some drinks? What do you say?
Saturday?
Don't tempt me. Well, no, this Saturday's.
I can't. I'm going to Bed Bath and Beyond on Saturday. I can't.
Full dad
Any other day.
Yes. Well, hey, Monday. Listen, Monday.
I get it.
It's so embarrassing. I couldn't even tell you what I'm actually doing. I had to make up something worse.
Yo, what do you guys think about this Monday game?
What's the Monday?
Rams. It's Vikings Rams, but like I hate that there's a Monday.
Dude, I can't even keep up with the NFL schedule this year. There's just random games on Fridays and Saturdays.
They play every single day of the year.
I love it.
You're gonna try that. Trust me. You're gonna try it. They're gonna try it.
They've done it because they had on Christmas Eve. Friday it was
this is another reason I'm going Washington. This is Mike Evans' kryptonite right here.
That's gonna be fun. Yeah, if Lattimore plays, he's been injured.
Right. Okay. That's gonna be a good one.
But they hate it. That's one of the best rivalries, one-on-one rivalries. Yeah.
Still going with the Bucks there. I think I'm gonna go with the Bucks there.
Me too.
But I would love to get together for some playoff games.
Yes, let's do it.
Make it work.
Even if we have to plan ahead and do championship weekend, whatever, let's make it happen.
All right, let's do it.
Maybe we'll throw it out. Whoever wants to join us at Tommy's, let's fucking have a day.
Oh,
that'll be good.
I like it.
Yes, he's back. He's back.
I like that.
But
guys, of course, man, shout out to the 718 people here. We can keep going, guys. We talk probably like another 30 minutes just like this behind
this is us at the bar right now.
It really is us, man. But shout out to you guys. Thank you so much, man, for joining the show, man. Don't forget, we are on Spotify, we are on iTunes, and if you are on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and hit that like button. And if you're on Twitter, X, that is called now, please Twitter and X, all right, please hit that follow button, hit that notification bell, and of course like and repost, man. Of course, on behalf of my brothers, man, you guys know who they are. And that's Mr. Glass half full of nets.
Speed you nasty.
Ooh, let's go. I love it.
And my brother El Jefe, aka White Jersey, aka Blue Jersey, aka
El Jefe.
I'm a little upset that Spiro got the cool deep voice, but also I understand. Like his nickname is Big Dog. You're not going to give him the high.
You can't. No, right. You're right.
You know what?
Right.
Speed was like, you got to give him the high pitched one. I said, no problem, Speed. So joke's on you. So of course, it's your boy Eli Ratek Vibes. We see you guys on the next one. Peace and blessings.
Come on,
New York Revival. I'm in the building.
Let's
go.
Live with the Woodlike Roar!
go.